You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
All writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing to full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from critiques of a short story through to the line edits of a full-length novel and copy editing for those preparing for publication. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites, as well as help with those book blurbs and promotional material. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Defending liberty 1 hour at a time and broadcasting live from the RWB Network studios in New York City, this is the Ryno Report. Always right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are going to make America great again.
My fellow Americans, let's roll.
And now, here's your host, the Ryno.
Hello, I am the Ryno, and is my report. Today, Monday, April 3rd, 2017, and we are coming to you from the RWB Network Studios here in New York and broadcasted by CRN Digital Talk Radio. So today, hope springs eternal. Most of you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm a little distracted. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little distracted today. So here in the studio, we have a TV up on the wall. And typically that TV is on mute, and it's on, well, I'm not going to lie, it's on Fox News. And if we ever see Shepard Smith's face before 3 p.m., we know we should turn our attention to see what the heck is going on. Well, today, the TV is not on Fox News. It hasn't been all day. In fact, right now, it's on the Mets game. Because today is the first day of the baseball season. And I know some of you aren't big baseball fans. You think it's boring, but it is our national pastime. And today is the day when everybody is, well, even and happy. We're all 0-0. Nobody hates anybody yet. Wait till the first pitch is thrown, and then all that changes. But this is going to be a good year. There's a lot of parity in the league this year. You have the Mets and the Nationals. You have Detroit and Cleveland, St. Louis and the Cubbies, San Fran and L.A. It's going to be one of those years. And nobody really knows who the best teams are yet. So we'll see what happens. But today is the day. The boys of summer are back, and that can only mean one thing. In about 2 weeks, I'll be putting the air conditioner on. That's how that works around here. We don't do well in the heat here in New York. All right, we have a lot to get to. Long weekend, right? There's a lot going on. Some of it mainstream media is covering up. Some of it they don't want to talk about. But it's on Twitter. We're all talking about it. It's been trending. We got to talk about Neil Gorsuch. This is happening this week. Confirmation hearing, or the confirmation vote this week. And the filibuster looks imminent. It's going to happen. But there has been a couple of Democrats trickling over because they're starting to see the writing on the wall. They may not get reelected. Again, it's all about them keeping their jobs, right? So we'll talk about that. And we know who the unmasker was. Who was the person high up in the Obama administration that unmasked the names of private citizens. We have that. If you haven't heard who it is yet, it won't be that big of a surprise. But the question is going to be, will they protect the former president? We'll talk about that. Also, NYPD, they are striking back at Comrade Mayor Bill de Blasio. They're working with ICE to make sure New York City isn't such a sanctuary, and the liberals around here are going bananas. Bananas. In a related story, people are fleeing the major cities in the north. They're fleeing. We have new numbers. Where are they going? Why are they leaving? Demographics experts have one reason they're trying to say, but the people leaving are telling a much different story. We have a lot to get to today, guys. As always, you got to follow me on Twitter, at Ryno, R-Y-N-O, on air, at Ryno on air. You can check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/The Ryno Report, and you can always email me. Questions, concerns, comments, whatever you want. Ryno at rwbnetwork.com. Do not go anywhere.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1,800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Monday edition. These weekends, they just seem to go by faster and faster every single week. And in fact, this was the first weekend, I think, I have one of these sleep tracker apps, and you can turn it on when you go to sleep, and I don't know why I downloaded it. It's stupid. But I guess it did give me some information here. This is the first weekend where I've gotten 2 days. Actually, it's the first time in over 2 years where I've gotten 2 days in a row of more than 6 hours of sleep. So that's pretty good. But that makes the weekend go by even faster because you're asleep. You're not doing anything. Oh, well. Big shout-outs to everyone listening right now. Red Nation Rising Radio, Streaming Talk Radio, KLRN Radio, Western Free Press, and, of course, CRNTalk.com. You can go to crntalk.com, Channel 1, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern, and catch the live show. So, hope does spring eternal for some. Baseball season, but this time of year is not baseball season if you're a guy like President Trump. That's not what he's into right now. I'm sure he likes it. He's not throwing the first pitch out or something. Who cares, right? That's big news. He's not throwing the first pitch out. Who cares? He's golfing. It's that time of year. You get the sticks out. You swing the arms a little bit. It's going to be a good time. And he had some golfing buddies over the weekend, right? Rand Paul, Mick Mulvaney. And this wasn't just some let's get together, hit a few balls, ignore mulligans. That's not what this was. This was Donald Trump doing what he has done for a lot of years. And, of course, the press couldn't wait to jump on it. He's playing golf. They never told you when Barack Obama was playing golf. The only way you knew was because he showed up to a press conference in a checkered shirt and a set of knickers. That's the only way you knew he was playing golf. They would never tell you. Not in a million years. This year, oh, my God. He's playing golf. What's he doing? The country's a mess. The guy's playing golf. Well, he's playing golf with the people that matter. He's not playing golf with celebrities, the way Obama did. Playing golf with Rand Paul is something of an olive branch. I think President Trump knows he may have made a boo-boo when he went after the House Freedom Caucus. Now, I'm not altogether in love with what they did, because the optics of it were not good. It was for all the right reasons in their heads, I'm sure. But the optics, you have to worry about the optics, especially in an environment where news media cannot wait to pounce on every little thing. So perhaps going after them on Twitter wasn't the best idea in the world. Who knows? That's yet to play out. This whole healthcare thing is going to play out months from now. That's when it all starts to unravel, and we go, uh-oh, what am I going to do in January? What are we going to do? A lot of you live in counties with only one provider right now, and that provider may be saying adios pretty soon. So playing golf with a guy like Rand Paul. See, Rand Paul, I feel like, never turns it off. He's one of these politicians that's just his nature. He's always kind of on, and he's very funny. If you listen to him speak, he's very, very funny. He's very smart. You can never say Rand Paul isn't smart. The guy is very intelligent. So this, and of course, Mick Mulvaney, the budget director, the White House budget director, this was a business meeting. And it was in an element where, it's got to be weird, though, going from hole to hole in Tahoes instead of being in a golf cart. I'm just saying, that's kind of strange. But, I mean, I wouldn't mind that. In the middle of summertime, 95 degrees, I'll jump in an air-conditioned Tahoe, no big deal. But this is how he does it. Now, golf is regarded as one of those games where everyone gets together, the big and the powerful get together, and they figure out ways to whack up the world a little finer amongst themselves. But this is how he's going to get there, because Rand Paul is really the one leading this whole charge. He's the one that I think the House Freedom Caucus looked at and said, do we have Rand on board? Is Rand on board? Okay, cool. He's on board, cool. And he's taken this under his arm. And whether that's for the political reasons of he has to make sure that the Connect stays in Kentucky, or because he cares about it as a big national issue, or he realizes the Republicans have run on this for the last 150 years, and now they have to do something about it. The ball's in their court. For whatever reason, this is the issue he has taken up, and there's probably no better person to have taken it up than, let's say, a doctor. So the golf, I'm not mad about it. I think it was good. And in fact, the statements afterwards all but kind of said that they had a good conversation. They're going to work to repeal, and it's got to be the right kind of repeal. It can't be repeal and let's forget about it for 6 months. That's not going to work. That's how you lose elections. So they're going to work something out here. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen definitely before the midterms, if not much, much sooner. Much, much sooner. There are quite a lot of battles going on. We have this, right? You have healthcare. That's going to be there. We got Gorsuch. This is getting more and more heated by the day, and for really no good reason, if you ask me. The guy he's qualified beyond a shadow of a doubt. You can't say he's not qualified. And then you have someone like Schumer out there on all the Sunday shows saying he's not mainstream. Do they ever check facts before they open their big mouths? Does it ever happen? Gorsuch has voted with the majority in his decisions 99% of the time. How is that not mainstream? Because the Democrats have an odd screwball way of defining mainstream right now. Mainstream to the Democrats right now is Tom Perez. Mainstream to the Democrats is Keith Ellison, is Elizabeth Warren. Those are mainstream Democrats. Radicals, fringe. Especially if you look at what Perez said over the weekend. Donald Trump didn't win the election. What is this guy, nuts? What is he smoking before he gets up there and starts speaking? Whatever it is, he should give me some, because it's obviously pretty good. But their mainstream has become opposition. Their mainstream has become violence. Their mainstream has become targeting police officers, not supporting the military. That has become Democrat mainstream. It's not just their base, because the base is always your biggest supporters, right? The ones who support every little line in your party platform. That's not it. Now that's mainstream. And there are a lot of Democrats, I know personally, who want nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. And that's just not anecdotal. Here on Long Island, which has long been considered a liberal bastion, Donald Trump won here by 20,000 votes. And a lot of them, because more Democrats went out to vote than Republicans on Long Island, most of those Democrats felt like their party has left them in the dust, and they voted for Donald Trump. So when you have someone like Chuckles, the Senate Minority Leader clown, saying Gorsuch isn't mainstream, the public sees that, and they hear that, and it just doesn't make sense. It looks again like they're being obstinate, like they're lying to you. They don't know their own facts. They don't know their own voters anymore. I don't think Chuck Schumer is long for the post that he's in right now. He's trying very hard to be what they want him to be. But he's not that way. And he's coming off sounding pretty stupid because of it. All right, when we come back, we have to finish talking about Gorsuch, because there's a couple of different options that can happen. And there are a couple of different Democrat senators who are digging their own graves right now. 3 of them have decided to save themselves. Why are the other ones staying on this sinking ship? We have to delve into that after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California, with the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit inatlagunabeach.com.
Credit cards are sure fun to use, perhaps a little addicting, and they kind of make you feel rich. Well, if you're like most Americans, you've got over 5 maxed out credit cards in your pocket right now, and you can barely make the minimum payments, right? I'd like to personally recommend a company called DebtHelper.com. DebtHelper.com is a licensed and insured nonprofit debt management agency. They can help cut your interest rates by as much as 50% and lower your monthly payments, saving you thousands of dollars in finance charges on your credit card bills. DebtHelper.com does not lend money. Debt Helper's program could have you paying off your credit card debt in full in a 3 to 5 year period. Call DebtHelper.com right now for your free confidential consultation today. 866-706-3328. 866-706-3328. 866-706-3328. Credit card management services, DBA, DebtHelper.com. 1325 North Congress Avenue, number 201, West Palm Beach, Florida, 3341. Down payment of debt may be creditors to increase finance and other charges or undertake collection activity, including litigation.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Back to this Monday edition of the Ryno Report. Check out all the old episodes, iTunes, TuneIn, Spreaker, Stitcher, Podbean, iHeartRadio, or RynoReport.com, and you can also sign up for the newsletter there. Lots of cool stuff going on there. I put some new videos up there, and I'm working on something special. I don't want to spill the beans, but I'm working on something that I have no idea what I'm doing. So when I finally release it to the world, I am positive it won't work. But I'm trying my hardest, and that's all that counts, right? Everybody gets a trophy, including me. So you had this guy, Perez, and he's speaking, I think it was Friday, to some rally that was hosted by the New Jersey Working Families Alliance. When the Working Families Party, they show up at my door all the time, looking for signatures. And I don't know why. I have called them every name in the book. I have chased them off the property. I've done everything but send the shepherd out after them. And they still show up on my doorstep. So the Working Families Alliance, and he's talking about Trump, and he says, you didn't win this election. Well, I'm so confused then. What does that mean, you didn't win this election? Who won? I mean, now we're not only trying to delegitimize, we're just trying to say, nope, you're not the president. You didn't win. It is astonishing to me how people can actually listen to the garbage and nuttiness that comes out of the mouths of some of these people. And then he's talking about Trump care or Ryan care. What do we call it? We're going to call it I don't care because they don't give a blank about people. They don't give and it's not a fill-in-the-blank test. They don't give a blank about people. Fiery talk. But I thought fiery talk was not allowed. I mean, when Donald Trump did that, the heavens practically crashed down on top of him. But it's okay for Tom Perez to do that. It's okay for Keith Ellison to do that. As long as you're an outward anti-Semite, I guess it's okay for you to do that. There is such a hypocrisy in this country when it comes to political parties. Now, there are certain things on the right that are a little hypocritical. I'm not going to say there's not. But on the left, it is just, the hypocrisy is mainstream. It's becoming, you look at somebody and they look at you, if you're a Trump voter, and they think you're uneducated, they think you're a redneck, they think whatever, I look at someone who's a Trump voter, and I think there is a future entrepreneur. There is a future business owner. There is somebody who cares about family values. That's what I see. But when they look at you, it's completely different. They look at you with this disdain. But now let's turn the lens on them a little bit. They have elected 2 anti-Semites to lead their party. Their party is saying obstruct, 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 and if you don't, we'll find replacements. But obstruct to what? You're obstructing Neil Gorsuch, the guy. See, when you go to a Supreme Court hearing, and the ultimate goal of being confirming you, obviously, the only qualification you have to have is that you are somewhat able to interpret the law. That is the only qualification. If there were any other competency qualifications, you wouldn't see Sotomayor, Kagan, Kennedy, some of these guys. Ginsburg, who's competent there? She wouldn't answer 70 questions during her confirmation hearing. But you look at the left, and I look at them and I say, what has gone wrong in their life? When I look at these protesters and these anarchists and the bandanas and the burning the flag and spitting on people and punching people, I wonder what has gone wrong. Is it daddy issues? Is it mommy issues? What is it? Did the trophy not look shiny enough? Because the mainstream has become so radical. See, the Tea Party on the right was a way of telling the establishment, listen, you better start paying attention at least a little bit to the things that we stand for. And when the establishment started to say, okay, a couple of these things, I get it, we've strayed a little bit, we'll come back to you a little bit. The Tea Party, they had some influence, but they're not nearly as influential as they were when they first came about. But there was never rioting. There was never burning things. There was never assaulting police officers. There was none of that. So I look at the left and I go, what has happened to you? What has gone on in your life? Something went very, very wrong. Is it the parents? Is it the teachers? Well, could be both of those. Could definitely be both of those. No doubt about that. So, I guess we'll have to see what happens here. Gorsuch will be confirmed. There is no doubt about that. Whether we have to go to a filibuster or the nuclear option because they go to a filibuster, then that's fine. Then that's how it has to happen. And you know what? The next time around, it's going to be somebody way worse for them, and they would have used up all their political capital. But by that point, Chuck Schumer, I can guarantee you, will no way be the Senate Minority Leader because their party has been hijacked.
This is the Mungle on Movies. I'm Matt Mungle. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, finally releases this week on DVD and Blu-ray. The best film of the last 5 we have seen since Return of the Jedi.
You give way to an enemy this evil with this much power, and you condemn the galaxy to an eternity of submission. The time to fight is now!
This one looks, sounds, and feels fantastic. It's a definite must-own for your Star Wars universe. For a chance to win a digital copy, and for more reviews, interviews, and movie info, visit mungleshow.com or follow me on Twitter at @TheMungle.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool. Indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right, for you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right, in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob's. They're getting bigger and bigger every day, Little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy's special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, by golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember. Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares. First or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644.
Hi, everybody. This is Michael Horn. And a lot of people ask me, how do I receive CRN? How can I tune it in? It's easy. Just use your smartphone. Take CRN with you everywhere. Right now, take your smartphone and dial pound 250 and hit send. When prompted, say CRN Talk. You'll immediately receive a text to download our app on your Android or iPhone. And you can listen to CRN wherever you are. Just dial pound 250 and hit send. When prompted, say CRN Talk.
Admit to ourselves that watching the Democrat Party crash and burn is an awful lot of fun. It really is. I've equated it to the Titanic before, but that gives them too much credit. That was a big boat with lots of fancy people on it. You're talking about a bunch of numbskulls now. This is, I don't know, this is more akin to perhaps that flight that landed in the Hudson River, except they're probably not going to land because they don't have a Captain Sully. They have a Captain Kangaroo. They got nothing over there. Nothing. This thing's going to go plunging right into the river because they have no idea how to land this thing. They took off, they hit a bird, and then that was it. Down it goes. Down it goes. Down goes Schumer. Down goes Schumer. And it gets funnier by the day because when you look at what's happening, right? So take this investigation with Russia. This thing is totally, and a lot of people called this light years in advance, totally blowing up in their faces because it's really a three-pronged thing, right? You have the first prong of this investigation is that somehow Russia hacked our election. They interfered somehow. That's the first prong, right? That's the one mainstream media wants to run with. The second prong is that did anyone collude with the Russians? Anyone from the Trump campaign, even President Trump himself, did they collude? That's the second prong, okay? This was a three-pronged attack. Now you have the thing that's really becoming, taking over this whole thing, is whether or not anyone in Obama's administration used intelligence to spy on Hillary's opponent. This is where the story was. And mainstream media and the Democrats have to be kicking themselves because they got this going. The whole Russian hacking, Russian interference, Trump colluding, that's what led to this. They can't do anything right. This is where it all wound up. And now it's winding up in the lap of Susan Rice. Susan Rice. I mean, who would have thought? She's so credible. Who would have thought this would have happened to her? I mean, she was so forthcoming when it came to Benghazi, wasn't she? This is what it is. National Security Advisor under President Obama, Susan Rice. Apparently, she was examining the call logs. You have to, I guess, sign in or something when you look at this stuff. And the White House counsel, they've reviewed these logs, and she was looking at this stuff a lot. Only her, John Brennan, and Loretta Lynch would have had access to the names of the U.S. citizens that were on the other end of these calls that were being monitored. Now, this is big. She's going to have to be subpoenaed. She's going to have to go testify, and whether or not this thing will be open or not open or closed, whatever they call it, that's going to be the big question. It's, again, what did she know and when did she know it? We heard from Fox News last week that it's possible this surveillance has been going on since before Donald Trump was the nominee. So they were already worried. They knew. See, this is the thing. They knew that Hillary Clinton was a bad candidate. They didn't really want Bernie, but they've squashed everybody else for the last 8 years to make sure that, in this case, the crap could rise to the top. And so they had to do everything in their power to make sure she won. And this is what they had to do. I have no doubt that this was done for political reasons. And if you have any doubt there, then you need to read the evidence, because this is becoming thicker and thicker by the day. So Susan Rice, I mean, listen, you can't be surprised by this, because she has been just a minion for the former president since day one. Day absolutely number one. And people go around falling on their swords for this guy. Now, is she going to do that? I don't know. Is she going to flee the country much like he did? Who knows? I say flee the country because no one knows where he is. He left, boom, he got his one free plane ride to Palm Springs or something. And then after that, the family separates. He's off to the south of France or wherever he is. Out of the country where all this is going down. It's all going down. He's out of the country, no statements. The only statement they put out was, I guess after the health care bill or something. No statements. So, what does she say? Does she say she was told to? Did she go on her own? I thought it was funny that, of course, when Devin Nunes was first made privy to this information, he went to the White House to view it on the computer or whatever, and the media could not stop. They wanted to know who his sources were. Who were the first time mainstream media cares about a source, naming a source is not with them. No. It's got to be with the congressman. But so they're all over him. So they said, okay, you know what? Adam Schiff, go look at this stuff. So Adam Schiff, of course, the ranking member on the House Intelligence Committee, he goes and looks at it on Friday. Wasn't he awfully quiet afterwards? Awfully quiet. He came out and said, oh, yeah, we can't make any determinations, and I got to go. That's about what it said. They couldn't wait. They wanted Nunes to be wrong in the worst way. But this has gone up the ladder. And we said this was going to go up the ladder. There was no question about it. Because where there's smoke, there's fire with something like this. You don't have whistleblowers from inside the intelligence community. You don't have Congress people just saying this stuff after reading documents for no reason. Because Nunes had his reputation on the line here. Now, let's be honest. Most of us didn't even know who this guy was a year and a half ago. But now, his reputation was on the line. He knew he was catching at both barrels from mainstream media. But he held his own. He didn't recuse himself because he knew the information. And when he didn't recuse or step down, the Democrats probably pooped their pants because they knew that he knew something. This may be one of the first times in world political history where you have a former administration, people going to jail. It's very, very possible. It would be the first time in this country, that's for sure. How high does it go? You know what? Maybe Donald Trump wasn't so crazy. Of course, there was no wiretap, right? They didn't wiretap. No one crawled in through his ceiling and put a bug on the wires. I got news for you. We are all being wiretapped. Every single one of us. If you have a cell phone, if you have an email address, if you have anything, if you buy a bag of M&Ms, you are being wiretapped. It's called metadata. So, President Trump wasn't wrong. The only wrong that was going on here what's going on from the Obama administration. We'll finish up with this when we come back. Plus, why are people fleeing major cities? They can't get out fast enough. Why do you think that is? Hey guys, Ryan the Ryno DeSico here for my friends at Liberty Health Share. If your health care has become a burden and you're worried about being stuck for another year, listen up, because you do have options. Liberty Health Share could be the solution to your problem. Open enrollment is here, and this could be your chance to free yourself from insurance. Take this opportunity and join Liberty Health Share. You can finally be in control and have freedom when it comes to your health care. Liberty Health Share offers an entirely open network, which means you choose your own doctors and you choose your own hospitals. Liberty Health Share offers freedom from insurance, meaning there are no related tax penalties. To find out how you can easily make the change, call Liberty Health Share today at 855-585-4237 or visit their website at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org. Do it today.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you need to know there is money available to you that can lower your Medicare prescription costs. How much can you save? Find out now by making a free call to Health Markets. They'll search from a variety of nationally recognized plans to find you the right coverage at a price that fits your budget. And they'll do all this valuable research for you at no charge to you. And remember, you may be able to save money on your prescriptions. We'll tell you if you qualify. Why pay a penny more than you have to for an insurance policy? Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge. Call Health Markets right now.
800-990-0351. 800-990-0351. 800-990-0351. That's 800-990-0351.
Health Markets Insurance Agency is the DBA of InSphere Insurance Solutions, Inc., licensed in all 50 states and D.C. Service and product availability varies by state. Agents may be compensated based on your enrollment.
All right, guys, welcome back to Monday edition of the Ryno Report. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're watching some baseball. Check out the old episodes on iTunes, TuneIn, Spreaker, Stitcher, Podbean, or iHeartRadio. So let me read you something. This is from the New York Times. All right, this is about Devin Nunes. And it says, since disclosing the existence of intelligence reports, Mr. Nunes has refused to identify his sources, saying he needed to protect them so others would feel safe going to the committee with sensitive information. And they are hammering him on this, right? This is a New York Times article. But isn't that the whole thing? Isn't this their sanctuary city argument? That you have to protect sources so others will feel safe coming to you with information? But so it's okay to do it in a sanctuary city, but it's not okay to do it when perhaps there's a criminal element somewhere in the south of France who fled this country. Then it's not okay. This is from Bloomberg. Now, Bloomberg may be starting to see the writing on the wall here, that they can't protect this guy forever. In February, Ezra Cohen-Watnick, and that's the National Security Council's Senior Director for Intelligence, Ezra Cohen-Watnick, discovered Rice's multiple requests to unmask U.S. persons in intelligence reports that related to Trump transition activities. He brought this to the attention of the White House General Counsel's office, who reviewed more of Rice's requests and instructed him to end his own research into the unmasking policy. Stop looking. You don't want to look here. You don't want to go this far. That's what they were telling him. Now, Susan Rice was on PBS NewsHour, all right, last month, and she was asked about this. She says, I know nothing about this. I was surprised to see reports from Chairman Nunes on that account today. Yeah, I bet you were surprised. You thought nobody was going to find out. I would have been really surprised, too, if I thought. The president probably said to her, you're fine. Don't worry. We'll take care of this. We take care of this stuff all the time. Have you seen Hillary? We got to protect her every 5 minutes. Have you seen Bill? We protect him, too. Don't worry. And then she saw Nunes talking, and she went, it was a collective, oh, blank. That's what she said to herself. But then again, lying, right? I know nothing about this. Know nothing about this. Just like Benghazi. It was a video. It was a video. Throw that guy in jail. I think he's still in jail, isn't he? Oh, my God. Yeah, I do think it was funny that Schiff went and looked at this evidence on Friday and was pretty quiet afterwards. He said, boy, we really screwed the pooch on this one. And they did. So, that's that. We're going to see what happens here. We got to follow it. You know it's going to be making the rounds on all your favorite news sites, and perhaps the ones you don't like, it won't be there, because they are going to protect. That is the name of the game when it comes to anything with Barack Obama. They must protect him. Now, this was interesting. This is a story out of New York, and if you live in a big city, you're going to want to pay attention, because chances are your big city is a sanctuary city. Most of them are. NYPD, what they're starting to do a little more frequently now is when they arrest somebody and they'll perhaps think this person may not be a legal citizen, they're running their warrant checks, and as they're supposed to do, and then they are informing ICE that they have somebody, and they're looking for ICE detainers, and ICE has been showing up at some of these courthouses and taking people away. People who have detainers, people who have active deportation orders, people who are committing crimes while here illegally. NYPD is telling them that they're here. Now, there are a lot of people in New York City who are not happy about this. They're not happy, especially this Lori Zano. She's the co-founder and deputy director of Queens Law Associates. And this is her quote. This is actually what she said. We're supposed to be a sanctuary city. What does it mean if our own court system is participating in turning folks over to ICE? How dare they? How dare they turn them over? How dare they turn them over? They can't do it. So NYPD is taking an active role here. They're not real happy with de Blasio. And it's showing now. There wasn't much they could do before. Because you don't want to stop patrolling the city, because then you're letting the people down. And a police officer would never do that. This is their way at getting back to him. And now this lunatic, Zano, says the mayor can issue a command to the police department. Listen, let me stop this right here. This guy would never command me to do anything. The mayor can issue a command to the police department that they shouldn't be calling ICE. Stop doing your job. This is a sanctuary city. Don't you know that? Have you ever been to the South Bronx? Not much of a sanctuary. Ever been to Bed-Stuy? Yeah, not much of a sanctuary there either. This is what they're doing, and they're playing this very, very smart. Now, the police union, the PBA, is saying, hey, they're just doing their job. They're doing their warrant checks. They're calling ICE. No big deal. That's what they do. It just seems to be happening a little bit more frequently. Now, this is all coming up because there was a guy, a 51-year-old illegal, who was a convicted felon, who's been deported, who got arrested again, and NYPD made the call. They said, you got to pick this guy up. So ICE got him. They're holding him on deportation. Now, there was a second guy they called about, and he's disappeared. The judge released him, and he's gone. Go figure. An illegal alien commits a crime, sees a judge. The judge releases him, which is not that surprising, and now he's gone. Surprise, surprise, right? NYPD, these guys got a really, really hard job. But could some of this be the reason why people are fleeing the cities? They are leaving en masse. And I'll tell you where they're heading to, and I'll tell you why they say they are leaving versus what the experts say.
You know, Fred Dry and I have been talking about BlueApron.com, where they send you fresh food right to your house with the recipes and everything. And you've been using this, Fred Dry, and you made dinner for me the other night.
Yes, I did. I had my Blue Apron on, and I noticed you didn't bring your Blue Apron with you, but we put a beach towel around you, and you did quite nicely getting that food shoved in there.
Salmon piccata was delicious, and you got all the fresh ingredients. They give you the recipe with it. It's less than $10 a person. There's so many new recipes. It's flexible. You can customize the recipes. facilities. Very easy to do. We were watching TV while you put the meal together.
You can't beat it. There's a knock on the door. They deliver it. You put it in the oven. You cook it and put it in your favorite type pie tins. And you're sitting there in front of the TV. The next thing you know, you're falling asleep.
Blue Apron has a freshness guarantee for you. Here's the best part. You get your first 3 meals free with free shipping. You go to blueapron.com, put in the keyword dryer. That's Blue Apron, BLUEAPRON.com/dryer, DRYER.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you need to know there is money available to you that can lower your Medicare prescription costs. How much can you save? Find out now by making a free call to Health Markets. They'll search from a variety of nationally recognized plans to find you the right coverage at a price that fits your budget. And they'll do all this valuable research for you at no charge to you. And remember, you may be able to save money on your prescriptions. We'll tell you if you qualify. Why pay a penny more than you have to for an insurance policy? Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge. Call Health Markets right now.
800-990-0351. 800-990-0351. 800-990-0351. That's 800-990-0351.
Health Markets Insurance Agency is the DBA of InSphere Insurance Solutions, Inc., licensed in all 50 states and D.C. Service and product availability varies by state. Agents may be compensated based on your enrollment.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. Check out the old episodes on RynoReport.com or iTunes, TuneIn, Spreaker, Stitcher, Podbean, or iHeartRadio. So I'm looking at my notes for this last segment, and it says I have a printout here, and it says Oscars meltdown, La La Land mistakenly named Best Picture, Moonlight really wins. And no, that wasn't printed out for today. What I'm doing is I'm out of paper, so I'm printing on the back of other stuff. And I must have flipped it over and didn't know what the heck I was looking at. I don't normally recycle. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't believe in it. It's a negative resource. It costs more money to do it. It's kind of like ethanol, right? Like I think ethanol is a great idea. And if we can figure out a way to do it better, then I think we should. But recycling costs too much money. It's a negative resource. There's no point to it. Let's just take our garbage, put it in a big rocket, and shoot it towards Pluto. I mean, I'm fine with that, too. So, people are leaving the big cities, and not because I don't recycle. They're leaving for a lot of different reasons. But New York, the New York metro area, has lost more than 1 million people. And I can tell you, I don't see it. There's more traffic than ever around here. 1 million people since 2010. And that comes from parts of New Jersey, parts of Connecticut, Hudson Valley, Long Island. That's what they consider the New York metro area. And it's, during just 1 year, 887,000 people left in 2015, 223,000 left in 2016. They're getting the heck out of here. They're leaving. And that's not it. They're leaving from cities all over the East Coast, and including the Rust Belt. And they're all going to Florida, and they're going to Texas, and they're going to the Northwest for some unknown reason. They're going there. And Orlando, Daytona area has attracted 217,000 Americans in the last 6 years, a growth rate of 7.7%. Denver had the highest domestic growth rate at 6.3, Houston 4.7, Dallas Fort Worth 4.6, and Portland, Oregon, I don't know, I guess the free drugs, maybe free housing, they can live in those free shacks in the backyard, 3.9%. Second negative migration, biggest in this country, is Chicago. 422,000 people have left Chicago since 2010, and they're going everywhere. And in fact, Chicago is seeing that big rise in gun permits. They had like 60,000 gun permits last year. That must mean everyone left in Chicago has a gun now, legal or not. They're not the only ones. People are fleeing cities all over the place. Detroit, they're losing people. Baltimore County, they're losing people. Cook County, again, Chicago, they're losing people. But Maricopa County is getting bigger. Well, that has nothing to do with people moving there. They're moving there, but they're not moving south, they're moving north. Maricopa County, boy, and people are leaving Chicago. They're saying it's the city's, the school system. They're saying it's the soaring violent crime rate. Again, over 700 murders last year in Chicago. But the demographers, the demographics experts are saying, no, it's because the economy is getting better and people are buying houses in cheaper areas and finding jobs there. That is total hogwash. People in these cities, they are sick of it. They're sick of the politics. They're sick of the pandering. They're sick of the crime. You know what? These people, they look at it, they get a speeding ticket, and they go, okay, I got to pay it. But meanwhile, people get arrested for assault, sexual assault, and they get released because they're illegal aliens. They're getting sick of it. The problem is they can't bring their politics with them. If you have Chicago-style politics, they're bad, just like your pizza. They're bad. Do not bring those Chicago-style politics to Texas or Florida. And that goes for these New Yorkers, too. Leave these politics here. Enjoy Florida, enjoy Texas, enjoy Mississippi and Arizona. But you know what? Leave the politics behind. Guys, hope you had a good time today. A big thank you to all those serving our country at home and abroad. And a huge thank you to those in the law enforcement community. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all the hard work. Please keep it up. And above all, please stay safe. God bless all of you. God bless all of your families. Have a great rest of your day. And until tomorrow, I'm the Ryno, and I'm out.